Well, and I would just say the easiest part is actually coming up with the money and paying. The hardest part is really committing to yourself and giving your all. And if you do that, then you will get what your heart desires out of this.
So we're here with Alicia today, and she is someone who is really into helping others. So when we first spoke on the phone, I have written down here that she wants to put together a system to help teach other people. And we'll figure out about this system that she wanted to put together here in just a moment. And she was certified yoga instructor, a coach, mindset coach, helping people show up for themselves. And yeah, go ahead and tell people what your life or what your mindset was like before coming across this program, because it seemed like you were already pretty organized. You already had ideas of what you wanted to do, but there was something missing. I remember you kept saying there's just something missing. Yeah. So go ahead and let the people know.
So I've been working in practice of working on my own personal development and growth and I guess spirituality, or just more awareness of who we are beyond this human body and this human thoughts and all of that. So I've been in this practice for about 8 years, but there's always just kind of been a piece missing, as Chris had said. And I grew up heavily in religion. And as I came into spirituality, really kind of pushed religion away. And I feel like a big missing piece is that connection I have with God. And to be able to say God without feeling that cringe in my body that took me back to like what I believe the religion taught me back then. And so with this program, that some of that missing piece has introduced to me is some of that invitation to come back to the faith and the belief and the hope that comes through knowing my greater source and the source that's within me. And so that's part of what I have discovered is what this gave me, a greater love for myself and the creator that I am creating with.
Absolutely. So was it like the connection with the Bible, the ancient scriptures?
Yeah, I really appreciate how much you throw in you call them the ancient teachings, but really from the Bible, and to really see how we've always had this right here at our fingertips, and yet it was just taught in ways that maybe we couldn't understand. And you open this new way to see that and to understand that. And I just think that connection, that clear connection to your creator is just really important. So.
Absolutely. That's why everything I teach is based on that connection with the higher power, with God, with the creator, with whatever, you feel comfortable calling it. Because in the grand scheme of things, it's nameless. There's really no name for it. But so let's jump into the system that you want to put together to teach people. I know you really want to help others, and you're going to, and you are already. So what was that like before you came across this program? Like, was it just an idea in your head, and like now you're starting to get moving on it or working on it?
It's been something I've been doing. I've been seeing clients pretty consistently and offering little programs here and there, but it just felt kind of like grasping before, where because of going through this and some of the offerings that you offered, some of the understandings, and then definitely kind of that challenge you gave us, really gave me that time and space to clear clutter from my life. And instead of grasping to just offer this or pinch out that, I feel much more whole within myself to be able to offer something more whole to the people that I do offer. And since joining your program, I have 3 new clients that have come on, which I just believe is that invitation that when you have the faith and the trust and the hope, and you put it out there to the universe and say, I'm willing and open, and you show that you're stepping into yourself, it just provides. So.
Absolutely. So how long do you think until the program's complete?
Probably going to launch it in January.
Okay.
Something that I want it to be well put together and very self-sufficient. I've always been where I'm always the one doing everything, and I show up, and like I want it to be where people can use, like you do a lot, where you just on your own time, you spend time studying this and looking into this and reading, and then you're available during some other times. But yeah, so it's a creation to create that.
So what do you think about the accountability and the way the program was structured? Because if I remember correctly, you already knew, I don't want to say a lot, at least some, or maybe all of the information I presented. Was it the structure and the accountability that made it different?
I would say yes, the structure. So your material, and I wrote down some things. So when I'm glancing down, I'm looking at my notes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I would say it's very structured, and the way you put it, let me read what I wrote, because is the way that you put it is it's in a way that's repetitive enough that it's not like annoying repetitive, but repetitive enough that you hear it from a couple different angles to really absorb it in. And then like I can hear your truths and hear these things you're teaching, but then I have to really take that into myself and digest that and then make sense of it through my own truths. And so I think the way that you offer up the material and then the way you also really get us to commit, like you're like, say this back to yourself, commit to it, because that integral piece of how you really learn to show up to yourself, that integrity for yourself, there's no other integrity in this world that matters than the integrity of how you show up for yourself. And you really reinforce that a lot. And so if anything, it taught me to trust more of my creator and trust myself more.
That's so beautiful. And I'm humbled just to hear that. That's incredible. And I'm glad that you're able to show up for yourself more. And I know that's something that you also want to teach people, to show up for themselves. So I have, I think, one, maybe two more questions here. So what is like one big goal that you had coming into the program? It could be this program that you're structuring and putting together, or something else. But what was like one big goal that you are now more confident in achieving?
So one big goal was, since it's called Manifest My Greatness, was to get clear in like this manifesting and some of the ancient teachings of manifesting and what that means, and not just the hokey pokiness of it that can be out there everywhere today. Not put down anybody else's teachings at all. Everybody has to hear it in their own ways. But I really just took in, and what spoke to the truth of me was the way you teach the ancient teachings, the way that you say this is something that's been around forever, and it is your guide. It is that guiding light in you. And again, when I take that in and absorb that and feel the truth of that within inside of me, that's one of the greatest things that has come about of that. And so that's helped me believe in myself deeper, believe in the source that's around supporting me and guiding me through this. And yeah, the big goal was to just get clear in that. And now what it's created is it really put together a whole program for me to put together to share with others. But like, it's not a program that it gave me a thought of doing, it's a program that I lived. And it became a part of me, and it has now poured out from my own real experience. So
absolutely. So it was more about discovering exactly what you want to do, becoming aligned with what you feel within yourself. In other words,
well, and what worked for me. So
what works for you.
Yeah, not just some idea that this seems great, but like this truly worked for me, and it can work for you too.
So that actually brings us into the next question. So if someone's watching this and they're skeptical about the program, and maybe they've never seen me before, maybe they have seen my videos before, what would you tell someone that's just skeptical? Like maybe they're just unsure, maybe they feel like they already know about manifestation, they already know about the law of attraction, or they're just skeptical about spending money and like investing in themselves.
Well, there's no greater investment you make than the investment in yourself. So I would much rather spend the money on this and experience this growth within myself than know that that's in savings for someday. Like I'm here right now and now is the present. So I would say, what is it your heart is desiring right now in this present moment? Is it for growth? Is it for a deeper understanding? Is it for something that can give you the space and the commitment to show up for yourself, and then also the support that you offer up? I mean, it's available to people to meet with you every week if they can and want to and need to. And you don't always get that in programs where you can have that personal time, and then your personal 2-session coaching. So it's about really showing up for yourself, digging into yourself. You've committed to yourself, you're doing these tasks, and you've got a lot of support that's supporting you to get clearer and clearer in what you need.
Thank you so much for sharing that with the people. And I think that's about it here. So I don't want to make this video too long, but I definitely appreciate you. And just so everybody knows, Alicia really was committed to this. And I do put a lot of pieces in the program that helps you stay committed and show up for yourself. But she did great. She went through all the tasks, showed up to the coaching calls. I don't think she showed up to the calls on Sunday, but those are only there if you need them, if you need them. So, but yeah, when we connected week 5 and week 6, she's like, yeah, I've been going through everything. I've been doing the challenge. Some of you watching this will figure out what the challenge is, you know, if you decide to move forward. But yeah, with that being said, I just wanted to say it's not all of just me giving you information. It's about if you're committed to it as well. And she was absolutely committed, and that is why she saw results.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I would just say the easiest part is actually coming up with the money and paying. The hardest part is really committing to yourself and giving your all. And if you do that, then you will get what your heart desires out of this.
Thank you so much.